What if I told you that Samsung's next Fan Edition phone might actually hold the line on price? In 2025, when everything from groceries to gadgets seems to cost more, the Galaxy S25 FE could be launching at the exact same price as last year's model. No increase, no tricks, just $649 for the base model. That's a rare move these days, and honestly, it's the kind of decision that could make this phone a lot more appealing. Here's why it matters. Smartphones have hit this strange point where mid-range models often creep too close to flagship prices. And when that happens, people start asking a simple question: why wouldn't I just buy the flagship? The Fan Edition series was always meant to fill that sweet spot, flagship-level performance and features at a price that doesn't make you sweat. So keeping the S25 FE at $649 in the US isn't just smart marketing, it's survival. Now, let's dig into what you'd actually be getting for that money, because on paper, the S25 FE looks solid. According to the leaks, Samsung's pricing breakdown is straightforward: $649.99 for the 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage model, or $709.99 if you want 256GB. No word yet on a 512GB option, but those first two tiers cover most people just fine. And you'll have 4 colors to pick from: icy blue, jet black, navy, and white. Simple but clean. Cameras are usually where mid-range phones cut corners, but Samsung seems to be keeping things respectable here. Expect a 50-megapixel main sensor with optical image stabilization, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide for those big landscape shots, and an 8-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom. That's a pretty versatile setup for a phone in this price range. You're not getting the insane zoom or AI tricks of the Galaxy S25 Ultra, but it's more than enough for everyday photography. The display is another strong point. A 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X panel with 120Hz refresh rate means scrolling will feel buttery smooth, and Gorilla Glass Victus Plus should give you some peace of mind against scratches and drops. The resolution comes in at 1080 by 2340, which isn't flagship 2K territory, but honestly, on a phone this size, you probably won't notice much difference. Under the hood, Samsung is going with the Exynos 2400. That's the same processor found in the Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE and the Galaxy S24 in certain markets. For US buyers, it might not sound as exciting as Snapdragon, but performance-wise, it's more than capable of handling gaming, multitasking, and just about anything you throw at it. Battery life should also get a small upgrade. The S25 FE is rumored to pack a 4,900 mAh battery, up from 4,700 mAh last year. Add in 45-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless charging, and you've got a device that won't leave you scrambling for an outlet. It's not groundbreaking, but these incremental bumps are what keep the Fan Edition relevant year after year. Now here's where things get interesting. Even though $650 isn't cheap, the fact that Samsung didn't raise the price is what makes this phone worth a look. Think about it. New tariffs in the US have already made it harder for companies to keep prices flat, yet Samsung managed to launch the main Galaxy S25 series without an increase, and now it looks like the FE is following the same path. That's a win for consumers, even if it's a small one. But let's be real, the Galaxy S25 FE is a phone you buy only if you're in a very specific spot. If you already own a Galaxy S24 or S25, there's no compelling reason to downgrade to this. And if Samsung had bumped the price even slightly, you'd really start to question whether saving a couple $100 over the flagship was worth it. But at $649, it makes sense for people who want a taste of the Galaxy S25 experience without fully committing to flagship money. Here's my take. The Fan Edition series has always been about balance. Not the cheapest phone, not the most powerful phone, but that middle ground where you feel like you're getting flagship DNA at a more reasonable cost. The S25 FE holding steady at last year's price keeps that balance intact. It's not a revolutionary move, but it is a rare case of a company deciding not to squeeze consumers just because they can. So is it worth it? For someone upgrading from an older device like a Galaxy S21 or S22, the S25 FE could hit that sweet spot. Modern design, capable cameras, smooth display, solid battery, and a price tag that doesn't push you into 4 figures. For everyone else, especially those eyeing deals on last year's models, it might come down to timing and preference. One thing's for sure, in a year where phone prices could have easily gone up, Samsung holding the line with the S25 FE is actually good news. And in 2025, that's a headline worth paying attention to. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.